go ahead and turn on the nitrogen cylinder. So this should be off. It should show 0 here on the gauge. Turn it on, just a half turn. So it'll kind of wiggle a bit. Then when you hit resistance, that's when you turn it a half. Turning on the nitrogen cylinder is what allows you to vent the chamber, which is the very first thing that you should do. If the person before you did the right thing, it should be under vacuum right now. So, you know, these 2 bars should be green. That means before you can load anything, you gotta vent. You can't vent unless you turn on the nitrogen. Yes. You have to make sure you tighten this. Just kind of do it till it's snug. Not too hard. And then write down what your this was. No. Okay, so do the head. So I'm gonna do something small next to it. G. And so on. Once you have loaded the specimens and closed the door, you have to pump down to reach vacuum. So once you click this button, you have to really quickly move over here and hold this door closed. And somewhere in the instructions here it says hold the top left, but I hold one hand right here, right at this crescent shaped part, and then the other hand hold right here. And I push pretty tight or pretty hard, just not so hard that I would shove this whole thing off. And you have to do it pretty quick, so you have to put this down. So once both of those little red bars get started, pretty soon after that you'll hear a little humming sound. And once the humming sound starts, you can let go. It's gonna do it twice. There it is. Now you can let go. While the Vega is trying to tame a vacuum, you can actually move the stage. So go ahead and take advantage of that time and move the stage up. It's kind of scary because you can't see it at first. The little heads emerge. See? So this working distance is not accurate because you haven't focused anything yet, but you can still move stuff around. So we'll probably do 10 and watch it. And it's obviously not at 10, but you know, it's lying. So that's as close as I'm gonna get it now because I don't know what would happen if you, I don't think you can do negative working distance, but I'm just gonna leave it there. It's a little bit closer. And then once I get the beam turned on, you can find out what the actual working distance is and go from there. Backing was reached just now, and it took 15 minutes. So literally 15 minutes for that to happen. So it takes a while. And you can go ahead and turn on your beam. And you do that by clicking this high voltage. It's going to turn it on at 5 kilovolts. And these are the settings I've been using lately. They've been working pretty good for me. You want to make sure that, where's my mouse? There it is. You want to make sure that resolution is selected and not depth. Sometimes, and it should stay on resolution, sometimes it could be on depth. Maybe if someone else used it, I don't think that's supposed to work that way, but if you want to look at something really large at a good distance and you want to get a good depth of field, you can use depth, but I never use it. So just make sure it's on resolution. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the beam. All right. Well, my curve off his head already. So I'm going to do is Magnification. I'm just going to go slow this down. So slow down the scroll speed by using the scroll wheel. So go back, slow it down a couple times. Go ahead and select something and get the working distance to make sense. So I'm just in this one. Something that makes sense. And you can see this working distance that was 5 is now at 34, so that's accurate. And I think what I'm going to do first, some close-ups. So going to go ahead and move this 20. Is that okay? You can always hover over the stop button. All right, so I'm maxed out on my zoom here, and I'm going to get even closer because I want some close-ups. 15. And that's the idea there. So to focus the right scroll wheel, you want to click it in the middle, or click it where you want the middle to be, and that is where your focus box will show up. So I'm just going to click right here on this individual tuber bowl, double click with the left mouse key to get the box. Sometimes the box is crazy scrolly like that, and you want to use again the scroll wheel to go back and slow it down. This is where you're going to zoom in, right on that structure, and then use the working distance to get it perfect. All right, this one's damaged. Then you want to zoom back out with this. If you don't, it will zoom everything into how far you zoomed that box. Then just click away, double click away, and that will have changed the focus. I'm going to try a different one since that one was damaged. But same idea. Also auto brightness, auto contrast. See if that makes it look any better. Lately, something kind of annoying that I forgot about till just now, you have to, or you should, go to adjustment. Just do this in the very beginning of your session. Go to adjustment, auto gun heating, and let that work. And usually you get a much better image after, and this takes a long time too. A couple minutes.